It's probably all of about 30 seconds long. It took us about 16 hours. We kept getting the giggle. Oh, and then we finally got it. Big baby started to cry. Do you remember that, David?
No.
No, he doesn't remember anything anymore. It's been a long couple of years. But anyway, so we just, yeah, we would like to be with each other more. There are many, many actors on this set, and you watch them work and kind of go, oh, would I love that. But, you know, it's still a pleasure to know them.
I'd like to work with Mary more.
I'd like to work with Lucy.
Yeah.
Who knows Lucy? How many episodes do you have?
What?
3. Could I be in one of Lucy's?
Yes, actually you will.
Woo!
So let me go hang out on the set.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Right.
I want to spend more time together, yeah. The sauna room. That's it.
Okay, I've literally one last question before I throw it to the crowd, but what will all of you miss once it's said and done?
Each other.
My clothes.
Oh.
That was the joke.
Not to get too sappy, but I think we'll all miss each other and the experiences and just the support that we get on the show. As I remember, you know, when Lucy first came on, you came in for 1 episode or 2, and then you came on for half the season. And I remember you coming back and saying how what a nice experience it was to come back and be part of it, and how we all supported each other. And it really is. I mean, it's kind of sappy, but we really have a good time.
Yeah, we do. And we'll miss this.
Yeah. We'll miss you. Yeah. We'll be back.
And we miss writing, of course, because we don't always get such amazing things to do and say, and you know, culturally and significant, and you really feel like you're sending a message out there. So I'll miss that.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's a feeling that I keep calling it senior year up in Vancouver, because that's what it feels like. You're at the head of the school now, and you've figured it all out. It's all going to end, and it's bittersweet. And I'll miss all of them. I'll miss the cast and the crew and the production staff and the writers, the sets. I get to see I walk around the sets now. Just going, oh god, the hangar deck won't be here, in another year or so. But probably the thing that what I discovered as a writer in working in television, the things that I miss the most are the characters, because we can continue to work and meet socially. We'll call each other or see each other in some context with all the actors, for years. And today I saw Marina Sirtis and LeVar Burton, and it's great to catch up. But you never, as a writer, once the show ends, you never get a chance to sit in a room with other writers and really get involved in these characters' lives and think about them all the time. And you have a relationship with these people that you never get to have again. You never get to sit around and talk about Rotama and really who the man is, and talk about Laura Roslin and what she's going through, what demons drive Starbuck, who is Head Six really, what's she all about. And you never get to have those relationships and this really intimate one-to-one thing on a page, just moving letters around and deciding where their lives go. And that would be the hardest thing to let go. I still sit in this, the Next Generation characters, and I miss the Deep Space Nine characters. And it's hard to let go.
You're a character, and you always end up as an actor going through a period of grieving and mourning and a period of feeling kind of lost. It's only then that you realize the sort of alter ego that's been journeying with you through so many years in this case. And when you think about giving up a 5-year gig with a character who's been really challenging and really interesting to you, and in some cases taught you things that you didn't know, in many cases certainly with this character, there's fear that emerges, certainly in the actors, because these people inside of us, the Laura Roslin inside of me has been like a best friend, if you can imagine. And you're suddenly going to be out there in the world without that conversation going on constantly, and it's quite an awesome projection to think about that. Sorry.
No, well, you know, Ron and I once had an argument about an act out. I think it was the premiere episode of season 2, and we were trying to decide whether we should go out on the exterior of the tent or the interior of the woman's face. And, you know, kind of went back and forth. I was in Vancouver, he was in LA. We were kind of doing this via email. And, you know, this is sort of what happens. We'll agree on, 99% of everything, and then we'll come down to that one thing. Where we just can't quite come to meeting the minds about, and, the emails started going back and forth, and I think we should go on the tent, I really think we should go on the woman's face. And, have you considered whether maybe you're in the wrong business altogether? And, I don't know. Have you thought about maybe just killing yourself? Aren't you only 11 for that building day that you should leave out right now? And, Ron, I gotta wonder, are you sure you should have been born in the first place? And it got to a point where I think eventually, steam was coming out of both of our computers, and we, threw up our hands and, told somebody else to figure it out. And anyway, I'll miss that.
I told Ron Morgan on my last day I'm going to put my flight suit and gun belt and helmet on and go back home. I don't want to miss that.
But she is going to be stopped at the border. He'll get in jail really fast.
I need you to step out of the vehicle, man.
That's all right, I'll come with you and I'm the president.
All right, anybody got any questions? Bueller?
Microphone Juliet over by the camera in the aisle. Is fun to be out at all?
Hey, it's working. All of you ladies look fabulous, by the way, especially you, Mary. And Trisha, I just wanted to say also real quick that you're some photographs for a popular bunny magazine were some of the most tasteful I've ever seen. All of you ladies have managed to portray strong women that are beautiful in different ways and also have different flaws. And I was curious how much of yourselves as people is in each of your characters.
Tell the truth.
I can be very naughty. Very naughty, if somebody has the wrong idea, I'll just let them go on thinking certain things and explain my mind. I can just be very naughty. So Deanna is a bit of a troublemaker, and I don't actively go into trouble, but if it finds me, I'm all right with that. Yeah, that's what I'm going to say.
Well, seeing that I've never been a robot, lots of drama, but I think definitely the physical side of number 6 is something that I really enjoy. That fight with Starbuck or other things. I grew up a tomboy, so that side of me is not something that you would necessarily expect when you see the blonde hair and the red dress, I think. And I think maybe a little bit of Caprica 6, or not Caprica 6, sorry, all the 6s, a little bit of their, maybe a little bit of vulnerability came in, and it may have stemmed from, this was basically one of my first jobs as an actor. I was probably incredibly scared, and my own vulnerability came through, and I don't know if you guys went with that or what, but I did bring in some vulnerability of myself, I think.
Thank you, Sybil.
Multiple personality.
I don't know. I think that I always thought that I was very different from Starbuck from the very beginning. But I think that over the